gorgeous.
Yeah. That part of the city is called La Sierra.
La Sierra?
La Sierra used to be a part of the city that was really, really dangerous at the time of Pablo Escobar. It was really, really dangerous. Nobody goes and clean up there in that time. Now it's completely different. Now you can go over.
We could work. You wanna work in a golf course? This is heaven. This is literally where we're staying. Looks like, I don't know, like, what's up, you guys? So, in case you hear the sound of like a waterfall and stuff in the background, it's because I'm staying right by a waterfall, and it's really nice and very relaxing, and it's going to create for some like nice humming in the background, but hopefully it's not too annoying. I am right now in Medellin, Colombia, my most favorite city by far, like by far. I really like this place, and I could see myself wanting to stay here for a while, even though like we're only going to be here for a short time because we're checking out a whole bunch of different cities, but I would really love to come back. And it's beautiful, it's safe, it feels safe, you know, like contrary to what people might say, it's not as unsafe as you might think. There's just so much that I really like about it, and I feel like there's kind of like a very cohesive system that's happening in the city. Like there's poor people, but like the way that things work seems to flow really nicely in the city, and hopefully as time goes on in this place, like I'll show you more in the videos. But I really like it, and I'm excited to show you more of Medellin. I like it way better than Cartagena. That's what I'll say. I like it way better than Cartagena. Like if you thought Cartagena was cool and interesting, this city is way better. And so for the topic of this video, my friend Kiara and I, we have like a accountability call every week, and we talk about like the direction that we want to take our brands and like what we want to do with our videos and stuff like that. And I was saying, you know, and basically for me, we came to the conclusion that like my videos that seem to help people the most, or that I feel like the most fulfilled with, and I feel like are helping the most people, are my off the derech videos, the videos that talk about leaving the Orthodox community. Hold on, let me just check the sound on this for a second. Okay, yeah, the sound it's really loud, but I'm gonna try to talk over it. So, yeah, so basically what she suggested was for the next 30 days, exclusively make my videos about leaving the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community and different variations. And, you know, my goal is not to fight with anybody about anything. Like the last video I did about marriage, halachic marriage in the Jewish community, that actually was surprisingly well received, and I feel like people were very like open and understanding to it. There wasn't like a lot of pushback or controversy or anything like that, so I felt pretty optimistic about it. So that's why like I want to keep doing that. I want to keep making it like as neutral as possible, and because ultimately my goal is not to fight with anybody. My goal is, you know, and my goal is really to help people that want to stay, help people that want to leave, help people that are totally on the outside that don't really know like which direction they want to take in life, but maybe relate to some of the things we talk about in these videos. So just a little background on what off the derech means. Off the derech, which literally means off the path, it means it's used to refer to people that leave the Orthodox Jewish faith, or the Orthodox Jewish community. There's like, you know, a few things that make you officially Orthodox. You know, keeping Shabbat is one of them. You know, observing the Sabbath according to Orthodox Jewish law. Keeping kosher dietary laws according to Orthodox Jewish law. That's another thing. And keeping purity laws according to the way that it's supposed to. Those are the three like main things that if you keep those things according to Jewish law, you're also going to be doing a lot of other things that are going to classify you as Orthodox. So those are like the three main things that like that's how people measure whether or not you're officially Orthodox Jewish. So if you stop observing any of those main things, usually it's like a sign that you're no longer Orthodox. You might still be practicing certain light things. You might still go to shul with your car on Shabbat, which breaks Orthodox Jewish law. You might still have kosher style hot dogs, but you're not Orthodox. So that's what I mean when I say off the derech. I mean people that are officially, according to like the main rules, are leaving the Orthodox Jewish community or faith. So anyway, that's what I mean when I say Orthodox. So basically what happens when you leave the Orthodox Jewish community, when you leave the faith, when you stop practicing, a few things happen. First of all, most people that I know that I would say are like on their way out, there's two types of people I would classify everything. There's a type of person that like totally leaves, and you could say they just like dropped everything, they've dropped all practice, they're like completely secularized, and they you know, sometimes they might even like totally unidentify with it and join some other faith or other group or completely become atheist. Or there's a type of person that like very, 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 very slowly, either over the course of a few years, over the course of their lifetime, or even the course of a few generations, starts loosening their ties with ultra-Orthodox Judaism. They start loosening their ties. Either they become a little more lenient, they become more lax, they allow their kids to like mix in with less religious kids, they start assimilating with like secular people that are not of the faith. They start going out doing business. So that's why ultra-Orthodox Judaism is a thing, because it's like a barrier. Ultra-Orthodox Judaism, which provides all these like guardrails against doing anything outside of the faith, you know, doesn't allow you to like read secular literature or get involved in anything secular. The ultra part, you know, that's a barrier to keep people from like very slowly over time becoming off the derech. So, you know, there are like these little laws, like for example, drinking wine with a non-Jew, drinking non-pasteurized wine with a non-Jew. So like little laws that people don't think about with a non-Jew, or someone that's, or not even a non-Jew, someone that is not practicing Orthodox. So drinking wine with someone that's not practicing Orthodox is an example of a guardrail that's put up to prevent you from like, and that's not just ultra-Orthodox, it's also Orthodox, that is meant to prevent you from over time becoming assimilated with secular culture and eventually leave your faith. So there's those two types of people, the people that very flat out go off the derech, and the people that very, very gradually over time leave. So the people that flat out go off the derech, this is probably going to be more relevant to you because because it's more of like a sudden shift in lifestyle, and that's something that I did. I made a very, you know, I started gradually trying to, but then I realized that there came a point in my lifestyle, you know, I always wanted to become a little bit more lenient, but there came a point where I realized that like I had to make a decision. Like I either had to drop it and leave it now, or I had to like go all the way. Like I didn't want to be in the middle. I didn't want to be like living kind of like half-assed. You know what I mean? I wanted to like live with intention. And so if I was going to be religious, I wanted to be fully religious. If I was not going to be doing things the right way, I wanted to like go the other extreme. Like I wanted to like not, you know, put my money where my mouth is or whatever, and like live according to how I actually believe. So that's why I went the other way, and I decided that, yeah, I don't want to like do any of the things that I don't believe in anymore. Like I just want to like, you know, start with a clean slate, live according to like how I believe. And so I dropped Orthodox Judaism pretty much overnight. Like I went cold turkey, and there's so much that happens when you do that you don't realize that like a whole bunch of like things start happening that you don't expect. So like, you know, it's not just about like, okay, I'm not gonna practice these things that I don't practice anymore. I'm not gonna practice a lifestyle. I'm not gonna like pray every morning the way that I used to. I'm not gonna like, you know, tie my shoelaces the way that I was supposed to, you know, according to Jewish law. So like, there's all the things that you think, that you expect that when you go off of derech is going to be different. Oh yeah, I'm going to be around like more secular people. But then there's the reality that you don't know that's going to happen, which is there's so much that happens when you leave when you leave all Orthodox Judaism. There's so much that happens that you didn't expect, that this video is meant for, and I feel like it's already going so long that I don't even know how to tell you everything. So the truth is, like, maybe over time, as you watch my videos, you'll start to get more of a feel of like what happens when you go off of derech. But I feel like there's just so much of a huge life change that people don't understand or don't expect that's going to happen when you leave Orthodox Judaism, because it's such a different world and like a totally different lifestyle, faith, community. It's so separate from the secular world that when you do it, you're kind of like almost in a culture shock. So that's what I experienced. I experienced like a huge culture shock when I left. I experienced like a lot of confusion, feelings of loneliness, feelings of detachment, also a lot of like adrenaline, excitement. I felt free. I felt like there's just so much that happens when you cold turkey leave such a strong faith like Orthodox Judaism. And so like it's been a really long time that I've been wanting to make these videos to connect with other people that maybe might be in the same mindset as me, or are thinking about it and are not sure what to do, and or just are interested in this sort of thing. But like I just didn't know how to like put it all into words, because there's just so much that I'm still learning about myself as I left the community. And like I just want to say it the right way and I want to package it the right way, but like there's just so much that happens. So I would say for this video, like the main thing I would say is there's a huge shift, like a huge culture shock that happens when you leave. And it's like living a very, very, very rigid, disciplined lifestyle your entire life. Like every single aspect of your life, including like waking up in the morning, washing your hands, waking up in the morning, the first thought that you're supposed to think when you wake up, the last thought that you're supposed to have when you go to bed. Like there's so much meditation that happens. There's so much like, you know, it's not just a religion, it's a faith, it's a practice, it's a community. It's like there's so much that you're leaving behind when you change that lifestyle that you don't expect, and you don't realize how impactful it's gonna be. It's just gonna like change your entire life. And so I wanna like, over the course of the next 30 days, which these videos are going to be dedicated to, I want to like really, really go deep into like every aspect of those lifestyles. The changes that happen are sometimes, for some people, very unexpected and extreme. And if you don't have the right guidance, if you don't have friends, if you don't have like the right mindset, if you don't like have routines and schedules and things that you're falling back on to keep you sane, a lot of people are going to end up, you know, maybe suffering a little bit. You know, some people will end up doing a lot of drugs. Some people will experience like financial hardship for a while. Some people will just be really lonely for a while. And so like, you know, everybody's going to end up being fine. Eventually, after a while, we're all human. The human mind is very capable and very like versatile, and like people have come back from the most crazy extreme things. So like you can come back from this. You're gonna be fine. But I'm hoping that at least I can like shed light to a lot of the changes that you're going to be going through, or that people go through that they don't expect when they go off the derech. So that maybe it might be a little bit easier for you, or maybe it might help you influence your decision. Maybe, you know, you might really, you know, there's a lot of people that go off the derech that leave the community and decide that it's not for them. They you know, maybe they wanted a little bit of freedom, but they actually like the discipline and the rigidity and the structure and like the cohesiveness of the community. Like maybe they like that, so they decided they actually want to stay, and maybe they just wanted to bring in a little bit of secular education to their lifestyle or whatever. But so there's like a lot of different things that might come out of these videos. But ultimately, going off the derech is more than it's more than just what you see. And like I really want to break down for you guys. For me, I'll end it with this. For me, it started off with a lot of exploring. The first year of going off the derech cold turkey was a lot of exploring. I ended up like going on, you know, I went on Tinder. I tried to like experience what I thought dating in the secular world was like, which, you know, that was just Tinder, but I thought that was like how all secular people dated. So I tried to do that for like, you know, a year. I did that. And then I was like, you know, partying and like living my best life, you know, trying to like be as crazy as I possibly could. Then it was followed by a lot of loneliness, feelings of isolation, feelings of like I didn't really know who I identified with, what I identified with, feelings of like confusion about like what I believed in. I ended up becoming attracted to different political movements that I thought might make me feel at home, give me the same feelings that maybe my old community did, and then getting a little bit chewed up in the political world, feeling a little bit traumatized by the political world, if I'm being honest, and then trying to leave that, and then trying to make money, deciding that like I just really need a financial bedrock to feel stable from. I just needed stability, and then getting into that, starting to work out, doing like stretches every day, and you know, I'm going to be doing some stretches here in a little bit, and then yeah, so just like a lot of different changes that happened, and all of it was good. And honestly, like I feel really lucky and really glad that I did all this. But that's how it was for me. Lots of changes, lots of life changes, and yeah. So I actually want to hear if anyone, I know there's some people that watch these videos that might be a little bit shy, that maybe have done it themselves or have left their own faith. Like I'm interested to hear how it was like for other people. So I'm going to try and interview people if I find them. But hopefully this video shed a little bit light, and we'll go more into like the details in the next videos. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Okay, this place is way nicer than Cartagena, like by a lot. Oh my god. Okay guys, check out my background, and there's like a whole bunch of English speaking people that I'm noticing. This place is heaven. This is how people live. Like this is El Poblado in Medellin, Colombia. I mean, these are like the regular streets, and this is how, like, oh my god. Guys, I'm in love with Medellin and I want to move here. This place is stunning. Wow, this place that we're in right now, like Don Julio, is gorgeous. Imagine having a date right at that window